How's it going, YouTube? I'm Matt. I'm a full-time wannabe. Basically, my channel is about me going from the house into my custom cargo camper I built and hit the road. And today, pretty excited. I'm going to talk about preparing for boondocking, or how I prepared for boondocking, and how I set up my camper. And so let's do a quick walkthrough. This isn't going to be a long video. It's just going to be short, showing you some of the main things that I wanted in order to make boondocking that much easier. And one of the things for me is I still have to make money while on the road. And I own Extreme Autographics. I make autographics, and I ship them all over the world. And that's how I'm going to make my money. And so I need a way, obviously, to make money while on the road. And I want to go boondocking. I don't want to pay to plug and play everywhere I go. So I want to be fully self-contained and be able to make my graphics from anywhere. So that was the goal. So let's check it out. All right. So the first thing obviously is the solar. So let's go check out. Let's go outside first. We'll check this all out. Okay, for me, I needed power. So I mounted two 100-watt panels on the side, and I locked them with a lock, so they'll be safe and secure, so people aren't going to steal them. I initially I should have put the locks on the front side like I did on this one, and on that back one I kind of put it on the back side. And so, believe it or not, I just hold the front part of this down with just some Velcro. It's a heavy-duty utility outdoor Velcro, and super strong, and these things don't move one bit when I travel down the highway or anything. And of course I got 300 more watts on the roof for a total of 500 watts. So originally I was just running 300 watts. It seemed to be more than enough power, but now that winter's coming and the sun is going over the horizon a different, farther down, so I figured I'd get at least two of them on there so I can, angle them out. And these will swivel out. These will just swivel right on out, no problem. So 500 watts is doing me good. And I wanted also to have plenty of power. I use 8 6-volt golf cart batteries. I'm cheap. Yep, I get it. Can't afford the lithium. So I got 8 of them. Pretty close to about 960 amp hours. That is plenty of power. Plenty of power. The third thing is for my internet. And this is my WeBoost antenna, a painter's pole. Again, I'm cheap. I didn't want to spend $150 for the WeBoost pole. I spent $16 on a painter's pole and mounted it on the ladder rack. And let me tell you, that'll go from the ground, it'll be almost 20 feet high in the air. So I should be able to get a really good signal with that. And of course, getting it that high up in the air, that's the inside antenna. So that gives me my internet inside, because I am in basically a tin can. And to go with the solar panels, I got a winter fridge. It's a fridge and freezer. Runs off solar, runs off 12 volt or 110. It uses about 54 amp hours a day. Very low power. And I can make ice and keep things frozen. I can make it all a freezer, all a fridge, or I can break it up. Fridge, freezer, freezer, fridge, however I want to do it. That's awesome. Cooking. I like to cook, so I wanted, I see a lot of the single burners and double burners. I wanted 3 burners, and this is a propane stove. And I keep the propane tucked up right up under here, and I have a secondary propane for backup. So I have two cans, which is plenty of propane. I believe. running water. You got to have your water, and I wanted to be fully self-contained. And I know everybody's seen these systems. I did a jug system. You know, runs off of a water pump. Let me get up under there. Has a water pump. One is for the supply, and one is for the gray water. And it's, I don't have to go looking for dump stations. This is just water I use out of sink. So I can just dump that, anywhere I feel like it. And I'm not worried about having a whole ton of weight, with holding tanks and all that stuff in my trailer. You know what? I needed to keep it light. It is a cargo trailer. One of my newest additions is my bathroom. My shower system. This is a propane hot water on demand system. It's hot water, man. That's a hot water shower anytime, anywhere. And I have a bucket shower that's pressurized water, and it has its own built-in system that runs off of batteries, that's USB pluggable and rechargeable, and it's a nice shower head and everything. I did this system, the hot water on demand, for when it starts getting cold and the bucket system isn't going to work. The orange bucket is my toilet, and let me find it into here. I have the clip-on seat. There's a clip-on bucket seat, and it's a bucket toilet. And because I do graphics, I plan on I got to make it into a post office every chance I get. So dumping out the poo, the poo bag, no big deal. I'm going to be doing it anyways. Really no big deal. One of this, and this is where I keep the Wii Boost. I don't know if you can see it because of the sun. I keep the Wii Boost back here. I have my inverters back here. And then I have a secondary charging system. So in case stuff goes down, the sun's not shining for a few days. I have a separate way to charge things up. That's a 55 amp, 3-stage charger. And yeah, my generator is a huge, giant, super heavy, super loud China-made 3,500 watt. But that's what I got. That's all I got. So with that 55 amp charger, I'll be able to keep my batteries topped off pretty good. And one of the other things, as far as keeping cool, is a Max fan, or a Fantastic fan. That thing is awesome. I'm in Texas, and I don't have air conditioning in here, and I mean, all summer long I've been in here doing upgrades and builds, and I just turned that fan on, and yeah, it's hot. It's hot. I mean, when it's 110 outside, it's still 85 inside the camper, but it's definitely a hell of a lot cooler than outside coming in here. And of course, I have everything insulated all the way around. I did all the walls, I did the ceilings, I didn't do the floor, but I'll find out after when this winter comes, if the cold gets underneath. And if worst case, I have a bunch of the insulation still left over, and I'll do it from underneath with the the chrome foil. Yeah, everything else is just extra stuff. The TV goes there, stuff like that. With the 500 watts, I'm always at 100%. I've got the fridge on, got the puck lights on. They actually use a lot of power, believe it or not. They use a lot more power than I thought. And I have little gadgets like, little 12-volt plug-in fans and stuff for extra. This one though, I don't recommend. It's actually garbage. I'm gonna look for one that's a little bit more powerful. This one, I don't think it could blow out a match. One of the other things I do is here's my antenna for the Wii Boost. I need a directional one. That's going to be my next thing. This is the Omni directional. And it's the big one, though. It's a 72 ohm or 75 ohm. But I want the directional one for when you get into the farther out. And I keep a backup a 400 watt inverter just in case my main inverter goes. That way, you know, I don't have to stop everything and you know, order a new inverter through Amazon and wait for it, and then, you know, all I would be doing is just running my generator nonstop. That's an 800 watt peak. It's not a pure sine wave, which is fine, you know, because all I would really use it for is, you know, lights and just, you know, the stuff that I don't really have to worry about too much. You know, worst case, like I said, I've got my China generator. Thing's a beast. And yeah, no one's going to let me park next to them if they know I have this. So I'll, you know, that's the joy about going out into boondocking land. I can get to where nobody's at. So you ain't going to hear me. If I want to crank my generator up for an hour or two just to top off my batteries during some bad time, I'm okay. Plenty of water jugs. That's my shower jug. That's for the shower. It's 7 gallons. And I put a, you know, nice little PVC pipe in there to keep the hose so it go all the way down to the bottom real nice and straight. So that's it. Just a quick video. That's just a quick video to show you how I got myself prepared for boondocking. You know, there's no plug-in out there. No bathrooms. Although I've heard some places might have like those portable toilets. Some do. Like I know, like, well, not even gonna get into it. I think there's a few places, but they're far and few between if you're gonna have any creature comforts whatsoever. And you need to be self-contained. You know, you need to be all on your own without needing anything. So if I got power, and I got my internet, water and food, I think I'm pretty good. What do you think? Is there anything that I'm missing that I should probably add to my boondocking setup? I would love to know, because I'm nervous. I've camped my whole life, you know. I just never camped permanently, and I'm excited though. I can't wait. Can't wait to stop with all these bills, the house, the everything. It's just insane. I'm ready to go living in here, travel a country, and I'll make my graphics right here from anywhere. That's the goal. I'm Matt. I'm a full-time wannabe. Please like and subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. Trying to grow my channel. And I appreciate every single one of you. Everybody, I hope you have a great weekend.